Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Saturday. We got 9 matchups on this NBA slate today, so go ahead and like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below. Go ahead and sign up with ParlayPlay as well. Get $10 for signing up, 100% match on your deposit, and check out the free NBA tournaments that are pretty much every day or so for cash prizes. You definitely want to hop in those. Good chance that some of you guys will end up coming in the money. And yeah, we'll hop into it here. Wasn't able to do the NBA video yesterday, which I really didn't have time. And but yeah, we're back here, and yeah, we'll hop into it. 9 matchups, starting with the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Philadelphia 76ers. Sixers opening up as 4-point favorites with the over/under at 218. The last 10 head-to-head, Philly 9-1, 8-2 covering in those matchups. The over/under in this series is 5-5. Minnesota 6-4 in their last 10. Philly just 3-7 in their last 10. Philly's not really playing that great here. I do see Embiid is questionable here. Minnesota, I mean, playing great basketball. On a 5-game winning streak here. This is pretty much how this one's going to roll. If Embiid makes his return, I'm rolling with the Sixers here. Because you know Embiid's hungry to play and dominate. If Embiid plays, rolling with the Sixers. If Embiid's out, we'll take Timberwolves plus the points here. They've just been the much better team. But Embiid will definitely change that pick. So yeah, Embiid, take the Sixers. If not, take the Timberwolves plus the points. Next matchup, we have the New York Knicks versus the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks opening up as 4-point favorites with the over/under at 218. The last 10 head-to-head split down the middle. Both teams are 5-5. The Knicks are 5-4-1 covering in those matchups. The over/under in this series is 4-5-1. The Knicks 5-5 in their last 10. Atlanta 6-4 in their last 10. Yeah, Atlanta playing really good basketball here. Knicks pretty spotty, getting wins and losses, not really doing much. Derrick Rose, Gibson were out Friday. We'll see if they play Saturday, especially on a back-to-back, so I'm not sure about that one. Yeah, Atlanta's just been the much better team here. Knicks been struggling a little bit, but Atlanta's definitely getting it together here, especially in their last 6-7 games here. I like Atlanta. Pretty small spread here. Been the better team so far, streaking, getting their groove back. And yeah, I'm going to roll with the Hawks here. Next matchup, we have the Phoenix Suns versus the Brooklyn Nets. Nets opening up as 2.5-point favorites with the over/under at 221. The last 10 head-to-head, Brooklyn 8-2. 7-3 covering in those matchups. The over/under in this series is 5-5. Phoenix, I mean, playing great basketball here. They're playing the Knicks as I'm recording on Friday. On this crazy, 10-0 in their last 10 on a crazy winning streak. We'll see if they do end up beating the Knicks, which I would hope they can. Brooklyn playing great basketball as well, 8-2 in their last 10. It's going to be a really tough battle here, regardless of if the Knicks lose on Friday night or not. I'm sorry, if the Suns lose on Friday night or not. I like the Suns here. They've been playing great basketball, and both teams have. This is going to be a close battle here, and I kind of want any free points I can in this matchup. We'll take the Suns plus the points. Maybe buy a point, plus 3.5. I know buying points, I don't really recommend doing it in NBA, but in a close game, you don't want to lose by a 3 for like a game winner. We'll take Phoenix plus 3.5. Next matchup, we have the Charlotte Hornets versus the Houston Rockets. Hornets opening up as 5.5-point favorites with the over/under at 221.5. The last 10 head-to-head, Charlotte is 3-7. Houston 7-3 in these head-to-head matchups. The over/under in this series is just 4-6. Charlotte 7-3 in their last 10. Houston 1-9 in their last 10. Have been able to, they beat Chicago, which was kind of a shocker. And Chicago definitely shouldn't have lost that game to Houston here. You can't trust Houston. I mean, you're probably not going to be able to trust Houston all season long. How can you? Not going to do it. And it's a pretty small spread, 5.5. Yeah, taking the Hornets, add them to your moneyline parlays. Should be able to take care of the Rockets here. Next matchup, we had the Miami Heat versus the Chicago Bulls. Heat opening up as 1.5 point favorites with the over-under at 212. The last 10 head-to-head, Miami 7-3, 5-5 covering in those matchups. The over-under in this series is 6-4. The last 10 head-to-head, Miami is 6-4. I'm sorry, the last 10 matchups, Miami 6-4, Chicago 6-4 as well. Man, both teams, I mean, pretty identical. I mean, they're 12-7 covering, pretty identical records. I mean, really, it's a real toss-up and a pick-em here. It's pretty much who do you want. I don't see really no injuries to report in this one here. For some reason, both these teams really like to play down to their, lesser opponents, but play good against good opponents here. So, with that narrative, I'm going to take the Bulls plus the points here. I think they're going to play a lot better against Heat than they did against Houston here. Yeah, we'll take the Bulls plus the points here. Next matchup, we have the New Orleans Pelicans versus the Utah Jazz. Jazz opening up as 13-point favorites with the over-under at 217. The last 10 head-to-head, Utah 7-3, 6-4 covering in those matchups. The over-under in this series is 7-3. These teams on a back-to-back. This is definitely the late night game, so I don't know who won this last matchup, but I'm definitely taking the Jazz here. It is a lot of points. Maybe not be sold, might not be too sold on the points. Definitely love the Jazz in your money line parlays. Probably better, honestly. 13.5 points in the NBA is just too much. Pelicans aren't playing that good. OKC or Utah should be able to beat them up pretty good here, but still taking Utah minus 13. I just don't want to ever sweat picking a horrible team to cover. It's really tough. Take Utah minus the points, but add them to your moneyline parlays. That's probably the better play here. And that's not it. Still got two more matchups here. All right, next matchup, we have the Orlando Magic versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs opening up as 7.5 point favorites with the over-under at 203.5. The last 10 head-to-head, Orlando 9-1, 7-3 covering in those matchups. The over-under in this series is 2-8. Orlando currently on a 5-game losing streak. Cleveland on a 5-game losing streak as well. The Magic, surprisingly enough, they're on a 7-game winning streak against Cleveland. 5-0 covering against Cleveland. Cleveland 10-2-1 covering in their last 13. Riding that 5-game losing streak. 1-4 at home. Yeah, Cleveland. I mean, obviously Magic don't look that good. Just 2-8 in their last 10. Neither team playing really good basketball here. Orlando's just been kind of getting murdered here lately. Their only close game was against Brooklyn, where they lost by 2 points. I'm gonna take my chances with the Magic here, plus 7.5. I just don't trust the Cavs right now to pull off an 8-point win. They just have not been playing good on this little bad losing streak. We'll take my chances with the Magic plus the points. Then the last matchup, we have the Washington Wizards versus the Dallas Mavericks. The Mavericks opening up as 7.5 point favorites with the over-under at 210.5. The last 10 head-to-head, Dallas 8-2, 6-4 covering in those matchups. The over-under in this series is 5-5. Washington 6-4 in their last 10. Dallas 6-4 in their last 10 as well. Washington 0-5 on the road against Dallas. 3-17 in their last 20 against Dallas. They've had no success against the Mavs. 1-6 covering on the road. Not a good road covering team. Dallas 5-0 at home against Washington. 5-1 covering in their last 6. Yeah, they got Luka back, which helped because they were able to, beat the Clippers in their last game. I like the Mavs here, playing good basketball. Everyone healthy for the most part. They've dominated the Wizards head-to-head here, and they've been able to cover. Yeah, we're going to roll with the Mavs here. And that's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Saturday, and I'll see you guys Sunday. Have a good one.